Hi friends, good morning and welcome to Easy English channel. In today's session we are going to talk about future simple tense. Future simple tense is a tense which talks about the activities which are going to happen in future. We can use these types of structures with future simple tense like I will go to market tomorrow, we will enjoy on weekends, we will go for a trip next year. So these kinds of phrases or structures are generally used when we talk about future simple tense. So let's start with the usage of future simple tense. We use future simple tense for an activity which will take place in future. Now let's look at the few examples like they will play a match. They will play a match. We will move to Delhi. So these kinds of examples which used when you talk about future simple tense. Future simple tense is a tense which talks about the activity which are going to happen in future point of time. Now these are the two examples which shows that they will play a match, we will move to Delhi. So these kinds of structures or examples shows that we are talking about future simple tense. Now let's move to its rule. How we can frame examples with future simple tense. Now let's study the rules of future simple tense. Rule. Rule with first person, second person, third person singular, non-living things, group or first person plural. We have to use will as a helping verb with them and plus first form of the verb. Now look at the example. They will talk. They will talk to the investors. They will talk to the investors. This shows that we are talking about future simple tense. When you have to frame negative examples, then you have to use will plus not plus first form of the verb, like they will not talk in this meeting. So here I am saying that they will talk to the investors but they will not talk in this meeting. So this is how you have to prepare negative examples of future simple tense. Now let's go to the question section. We have got two types of question, yes no question and WH question. Now let's look at it how they are framed. We have got two types of question, yes no and WH. Yes no questions like will you come, then answer would be yes I will. Yes I will come, and No, I will not come. So this is how you have to prepare yes no questions. And WH question talks about the information like what will she cook? So answer would be she will cook dinner. She will cook dinner. WH question talks about the information, whereas yes no question talks about the answer in yes or in no. Now let's move to the last section of this future simple tense is time element. We have to identify some time elements which indicate that the sentence is talking about the future simple tense. There are many time elements like tomorrow, next Monday, next year, next weekend, after 5 hours, after 5 years, these kinds of phrases which talks about the future simple tense. Now let's look at few examples which will help you out to understand how we can recognize future simple tense in any sentence or in any phrase or in any paragraph. Like we can say she will join in the next year. She will join in the next year. Next, they will come. They will come tomorrow. I will eat after an hour. So these phrases indicate that we are talking about future simple tense. So tomorrow, next year, tomorrow, after 5 hours, next weekend, next month. These phrases indicate we are talking about future simple tense. So friends, I hope you have understood the concept of future simple tense nicely. Let me revise once more for you. We have discussed 4 issues with this future